Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm Jalen Wells. Natalie is on assignment. The defense resumed calling witnesses this morning, building its case to the jury of 4 men and 8 women in the trial of Catherine Jarvey. Josh Hoggers joining us live from the Wichita County Courthouse now with the latest. So, good afternoon, Josh. Where do things stand right now?
Well, Jalen, both sides, the defense and the prosecution, have rested and closed their cases in the trial of Catherine Jarvey, who stands accused of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury, as well as exploitation of a child, after her 6-year-old son was found by police in a motel room at the Deluxe Inn, weighing just 15 pounds over 3 years ago. Now, testimony resumed this morning in the 78th District Court, with Jarvey's lead defense attorney, Stephen Holland, calling to the stand a hospice nurse who dealt directly with Jarvey and her son. She testified that Jarvey rarely missed appointments and that she always wanted to learn more about how to care for her son. But upon cross-examination, she admitted that she would have been concerned had she found the child in a hotel room in the state that he was found back in September of 2022. Then Kiara Vaughters, who's assisting with Jarvey's defense, called Brenda Hardy, a former special education teacher, who testified she met Jarvey during COVID through a Facebook group for parents in need, testifying she gave Jarvey several items on different occasions, including cash at one point in time. She later testified that she visited Jarvey and her children multiple times and that Jarvey seemed like a caring mother to her son, also testifying that she and Jarvey have kept up communications while Jarvey has been jailed awaiting trial. Vaughters then attempted to admit letters between Hardy and Jarvey into evidence, with the prosecution objecting due to hearsay and authentication issues, and presiding Judge Meredith Kennedy sustained that objection, keeping those letters out of evidence. Then after a few more questions, the defense rested its case, with Jarvey ultimately deciding to exercise her Fifth Amendment right not to testify, choosing not to take the stand. Then, after a hospice care doctor who previously testified returned for a brief rebuttal, both the prosecution and the defense rested and closed the case. And with that, now we move to closing arguments. They're set to get underway this afternoon at about 1:30. Both sides will have their chance to make their final appeals to this jury of 8 women and 4 men before the case is handed to them to begin deliberating. Presiding Judge Meredith Kennedy did instruct the jurors before this afternoon's break that they would be deliberating until they reached a verdict, even if that goes past 5 p.m. this evening. So, of course, we'll be in the 78th District Court waiting for that verdict until that verdict is reached. So make sure that you're joining us tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock for the very latest from the 78th District Court. Jalen?
Okay, Josh, thank you for following that trial, and we'll be tuned in to find out what happens this evening. Thank you, Josh, for the report.